What's up, everybody? Rod B here. I'm going to start my second electric guitar build, and I'm going to go for a moderne replica. Now, I ordered this pattern. I got all the pieces for it, and I'm just going to make the body. I'm not going to make the neck. I'm going to order the neck. I haven't got that far yet. This is a bolt-on neck pattern instead of a set neck pattern, so it should be a little bit easier than the first one I did. And what I'm going to use is reclaimed pallet wood. I'm going to make my own body blank because it was free. Why spend the money if you can get free wood, right? So that's what we're going to do. Let's get started. So I got my reclaimed wood here, and what I need to do is I need to figure out how long I need this. So I'm going to take my pattern and I want to set it right on the edge. Square it up. I'm going to measure it out because I'm going to need 9 pieces of this. Because if I stack them up 3 high, that's going to be 2 inches. But I want to make this body 1.5 inches thick. Normally it would be 1 3/4 inches. I think that's too thick, but I'm going to make it 1.5 inches. So what I want to do is I'm going to measure this out. And we're going to cut these at 22.5 inches. I'm going to mark them 22.5 inches. I'm going to cut 9 of these, and then we're going to run them through the planer. Then I can stick them together. Now this one has a split in it right here, so I'm going to cut another one. Alright, I got all 9 pieces cut, so I'm going to set up the planer so we can plane these down. Okay, before you run reclaimed wood through your planer, you got to check it for nails because it could be small nails. So what I've got is a small pinpointer metal detector, and I'll just go over it. And if it beeps, whether you got a nail, you need to get it out. And I'll do that to each piece. So I'm going to run this one through, and then I'll do the rest off camera. That looks pretty smooth compared to this one. So let me get the rest of them and do the other side, and then I'll be back, and then we'll get to gluing them together. Alright, I got them all planed down, but I got a problem. When I put the glue in between them, I don't have enough clamps to clamp each one individually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the glue in between, and then I'm going to stack them all 3 up like this. Clamp them together, let them sit, and then I'll be able to pull the 3 apart. That's the only option that I have, but that's what I'm going to do, and hopefully that'll work out just fine. So let me get my glue and come back and we'll glue them up. Okay, so we're going to glue these together. I got 3 of my clamps up, and I'm going to do the first one, show you how I'm going to do it, and then I'll finish it up, come back. I'm going to put my glue on it. I'm going to take my squeegee and squeeze it out. I'm going to stack this up right here for now. Now, we've got these on here. Need to make sure that they're even. And I'm going to tighten this one up. Alright, I got all my clamps on. We'll let this sit till tomorrow, and then we'll run it each one back through the planer, and get them to 1.5 inches thickness, and then we'll run the edges on the joiner and we can join those together to make the body blank. All right, well, it's the next day. We'll take the clamps off, pull these apart, see how they turned out. Alright, I got the clamps off. I got some little marks in here from where I tightened it down too hard, but I got to plane it anyway to get those out. And we got to plane them down also to get this down to 1.5 inches thick. So let me clean up the table, put the planer on there, and we'll get started on that. Okay, I got my planer up, and I've got this set to 1.5 inches. So can't go no lower than that. Now this one right here is 1.75 inches thick, and the other two are right around, I don't know, just over 1.5 inches. So I'm going to run this one through and get it all set, and then we'll do the other one. There we go. I got this one at 1.5 inches. I'm going to run the other two off camera. We're going to come back and then I'm going to run the sides through the joiner. So I'm going to square this one up and get the edges squared up, and then I'm going to do the other two off camera. Okay, I got this one all squared up. Well, I'm going to do the other two. We'll come back and we'll see how they fit up. And that fits real good. So let me get my clamps out, and then we're going to glue them together. All right, we're going to glue these together just like we did yesterday. Let them sit till tomorrow, and then we can start cutting the body out. I'm going to get me a hammer and tap these down, and I'm going to put a level on it to make sure it's level. And all right, everything looks good. We'll let it sit till tomorrow and pull it apart. So I did put a third clamp on the top, and when I did the tabletop, if you watched that video, I had 6 boards across, and I tried to do the same thing, but because there were so many boards, it was wanting to wave on it. But in this situation, I've only got 3, and with just the 2 clamps, the outside boards wanted to push down. So I put the middle one on there, tightened it up, and it made them go back up. So everything is level now. Let this sit for 24 hours, and we'll pull it apart, and then we'll start cutting the body out. Well, I took the clamps off the body blanket I got together, and it turned out pretty good. Right here, it's all good. I got one little small little spot right here where either I didn't clamp it tight enough right here, or whatever, but that's no big deal because I'm going to put that on the back side. Front side is good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sand it down with an 80 grit to make sure all the seams are smooth and level on both sides, and then put the pattern on it, trace it, and then cut out the body.